For a brief period in 2010, the Fort Drum and the 10th Mountain Division Light Infantry enjoyed having every soldier of the 10th Sustainment Brigade home in the North Country. The training pace of nearly 3,000 soldiers of the brigade was brisk and demanding. Mule skinners, workhorses, hammers, guardians, disruptors, chem dogs, and sword soldiers were trained and ready for each and every one of the new missions. In mid to late 2011, a rapid flow of companies started departing for war and contingency missions around the world. It would be a defining period for our nation, one shaped by heroic soldiers and leaders of the sustainment and maneuver-enhanced experts from Fort Drum, New York. This is their story, their contribution to security of our people, a story of shared sacrifice by soldiers, families, and communities alike. These brave men and women boarded airplanes to travel to foreign lands to do their duty, our nation's bidding.
Yeah, man. It's almost time to take the sign down.
I take it down last October.
Wow.
And I think this day will ever come.
365 days.
Oh, sir, he ready.
Oh, okay. Hey, folks. Hey, welcome to beautiful, sunny Afghanistan. And we are sure. Too much?
Too much, sir. Way too much.
Just
a little bit. Tone it down just a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Hey, greetings from Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan. We here at the Special Troops Battalion have a very important mission of providing personnel, postal, customs, mortuary affairs, and aerial delivery support to Afghanistan's northern, eastern, and capital regions.
Our soldiers, sailors, and airmen are doing an outstanding job supporting the whole Georgia.
Hey, listen, we only got a few weeks left, and actually by the time you see this, we'll be sitting there right next to you in the North Country of Fort Drum.
So please, sit back, relax, and enjoy this outstanding music event.
And actually, we always thank you for the great support that you provide to the Workhorse Battalion as we continue to pull the heavy load. That's good?
That's good, sir.
All right, let's get out here, man.
The 10th Special Troops Battalion was ready and willing to train vigorously in preparation for their combat support mission in Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Once the battalion landed, the pace was fast, but the desire to ensure soldiers were taken care of was without equal. The battalion consisted of diverse companies providing support to soldiers in regional commands east, north, and capital by diligently providing finance, postal, customs, mortuary affairs, human resource, signal, and logistical support. The supported units would never forget the impact the Workhorse team left in theater. The unit's world-class support to every branch of service and its Afghan partners was superb. The unit's priority was mission accomplishment while taking care of soldiers and redeploying every soldier safe and sound back to Fort Drum. The great legacy the battalion left is a chapter that may be closed in order to start a new one. The chapter starts with thanking the families, reuniting them, and getting them back to training so they may continue their success and legacy worldwide.
Hey, good evening from Bagram, Afghanistan, here on BAF, along with me and Colonel Morris from 548 CSSB. We want to like to take this time to extend a warm welcome to the 10th Sustainment Brigade and their families. We miss you guys. Hey, the units here are doing great. 548 CSSB, the 110th Trans, 514th, and all the other units we got, they're doing a great job. We miss you guys, and we hope you all have a great time.
We'll be home soon.
The 10th Sustainment Brigade welcomed the Sword Battalion to Afghanistan with open arms. With the Sword team joining the ranks in Regional Command East, the mission would definitely be a success. The 548th Combat Sustainment Support Battalion consists mostly of transportation companies traversing through some of the most dangerous roads in the world, transporting much-needed supplies to soldiers throughout the aerial operations. The team could be described as combat-ready and superbly trained, stopping at nothing to support one another on the battlefield. Brothers in arms working shoulder to shoulder on a daily basis, regardless of the situation in which they found themselves, was their duty. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, Army values, all embedded into the Sword mentality, enable the unit to always achieve mission success.
Good evening, Lieutenant Colonel Brian Clark.
Command Sergeant Major Scott Fry.
And we're here from the Disruptor family. We're excited to be here. Hopefully we're out there in the audience watching ourselves on the screen, the big screen tonight. So certainly great times, exciting times within the Disruptor family. What we got going on up here at Fort Drum is the 725th currently deployed in Afghanistan. The 754th is postured to replace them in late January, so they'll be executing RIP operations. We also had the 59th Chemical Company. They returned from a successful one-year deployment to Kuwait in late October. Our last formation we have here at Fort Drum is the 760th, and they are currently executing Homeland Defense missions in support of the Fort Drum immediate and the surrounding areas.
In our formation down there at Fort Stewart, we have the 38th who just returned from Operation Enduring Freedom, RC South. RC East. They're supporting the Homeland Defense mission down in Fort Stewart and the surrounding areas. We have the 766 who is currently deployed in support of OEF down in RC East. We have the 731st and the 756 who is currently going out the door in March to support the Operation Enduring Freedom mission.
Down at Fort Polk, we have the 705th EOD Company. They are in line to support 410 of the 10th Mountain Division, and they would deploy sometime fall of 13. So certainly exciting times in the Disruptor family. We hope you have a great evening tonight and enjoy your holidays. And again, happy holidays, and enjoy the time with your family tonight.
In an army where no military occupational specialty is safe from the dangers of war, the Disruptors are the epitome of selfless service. They deal with the explosive ordnance in order to ensure no one gets hurt. Soldiers conducting training remain on call and, at a moment's notice, answer the call for help without questions. A war without explosive ordnance disposal support is almost unimaginable. They bring a skill set that is irreplaceable and matched by no one. Disruptors are experts who put their lives on the line for their fellow soldier and the local populace of foreign countries. The 63rd EOD Battalion will always be a star player on the Mule Skinner team.
We hope and pray that everyone is taking time to relax tonight. Command Sergeant Major Morgan and I cannot express enough our appreciation for the support from the families in the North Country community. While the 10th Sustainment Brigade and the 7th Engineer Battalion were under different commands during this deployment, we never lost sight of how we supported one another. The soldiers from the 7th Engineer Battalion removed explosive hazards from routes that 10th Sustainment Brigade combat logistics patrols traveled, and the 10th Sustainment Brigade soldiers provided world-class sustainment support to 7th Engineer Battalion soldiers.
Recently, we collaborated on a project to conduct critical repair work to the Salong Tunnel, the second highest tunnel in the world. Patrol Base Breaker R was named in honor of our fallen soldiers from the 10th Sustainment Brigade and the 7th Engineer Battalion. The soldiers from the 7th Engineer Battalion have depended upon the support of the families and community disappointment. Our Chief of Staff of the Army said, "The strength of our nation is our Army. The strength of our Army is our soldiers. And the strength of our soldiers is our families. And this is what makes us Army strong." Your support has made us Mule Skinner strong. Lieutenant Colonel Quander and I hope that you enjoy yourselves at the ball. Support the climb, fight to win.
The Mitre Sapper Battalion, fully trained and capable, proudly assumed mission command for multifunctional and multi-component engineer task force responsible for all engineer functions throughout much of Regional Command East. The soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder with their Afghan partners, teaching, coaching, and mentoring 7 Afghan engineer companies responsible for clearly planning and conducting operations for Afghanistan national forces in multiple provinces. Successfully supporting approximately 1,800 route clearance missions, the unit bravely neutralized a significant number of improvised explosive devices and unexploded ordnance. Recently, the unit teamed with the 10th Sustainment Brigade and the Afghanistan Ministry of Public Works to make long-needed repairs on the Salong Tunnel Road network. This marks the second time in the last 3 years that the engineers have answered the nation's call to support the climb and fight to win.
Mule Skinners, this is Guardian 6 from the 91st MP Battalion. On behalf of Darlene, my wife, Command Sergeant Major Burton and his wife Shauna, welcome to your brigade ball. Hey, for the green suiters, just got back not too long ago. We welcome you back, embrace you. Glad to be part of the family. The 91st been very, very busy lately. As most folks know, since I've been in command the last 14, 15 months, we brought back the 511th MP Company, and we sent out the 563rd into Kandahar, and we sent out the 543rd to Kabul. As we approach Christmas, my personal request to all of you is to keep those soldiers in your prayers, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy 2013.
The 91st Military Police Battalion always lived up to their name, Guardians, with units deploying in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and units assisting with the Homeland Defense mission. The Guardians consistently support soldiers and the community. This team of true professionals constantly maintain order wherever they find themselves. Soldiers stand watch 24/7, ensuring their peers, friends, and loved ones are safe at home or abroad. Few people have what it takes to be a soldier. Even less know what it means to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. The Guardians excel at a profession of arms, placing honor above all.
A good afternoon from Afghanistan. Sergeant Major and I wanted to come out one last time before our redeployment and stand at the precipice of the tallest mountains in all of Afghanistan. Behind you is the Hindu Kush. And like the great tradition of the 10th Mountain Division, we stand here today prepared to redeploy. Our engineers, military police, explosive experts, and sustainers, and our chemical company just returned from Kuwait. We are proud of each and every one of those young soldiers, and more importantly, we're proud of the families who've stayed back and kept the fires warm. Tonight, we want you to enjoy yourself, because this team has climbed to glory.
And I also want to take this time to remember those who are still deployed, the 548, the EOD, the EMPs, who continue to take the fight to the enemy and are relentless at their fight, and continue to support them just like you've supported us, because the real heroes are you in a time of war. Thank you for your tremendous support and everything that you do for each and every one of us, each and every day. Without you, there is no us. Without you, we cannot soldier like we do. Thank you. Climb to glory.
Climb to glory, and enjoy your evening. Cool.
The flow of soldiers home from war started in September and continues through the holiday season. But the Sustainment Brigade would never rest. The sun seldom sets on this magnificent formation. As we enjoy our evening together, let us not forget those who remain in harm's way, on freedom's frontier, standing guard so we can rest well at night. The 760th EOD Company, the 548th Headquarters, the 110th Transportation Company, the 563rd and the 543rd Military Police Companies, and the 693rd Sappers. Pray for them and for their families. We will not rest until each and every one comes home safely.